It's Thursday here at People Talking Sports, and we recently got the memo that we are not skewing young enough. Anthony, did you get that memo?
Did I? Was
Player. Okay, I mean, what a big week this has been. I mean, you heard about Allen Iverson, right?
Hell yeah, bro.
MIA they couldn't find him for a Big 3 game. They said they saw him at he was seen at a casino the night before.
Sure.
So I'm guessing he didn't win. That would be my guess.
Yeah, right.
How strange would it be if he was actually at practice? This is the one time.
Yeah.
I don't think he's there. But yeah, they said they launched a Big 3 investigation.
Ooh, yeah. What a crack team that's gonna be.
I think that's just Michael Rappaport with a flashlight or something. I don't know.
He's not in here.
He's a no-show. Apparently in the Big 3 you can just not show up. So we all know where Derrick Rose is going to play next year.
Got him. Got him. Got him. Got him. Spin me, dog.
We got a great show. This is a really good episode.
By far the dopest lineup.
The realist. Gian Villante, UFC fighter. This guy's the man. I love this guy. Hilarious guy, and he's just a lot of fun.
Yeah, he's a really cool guy.
Yeah, dog.
Hell yeah, bro.
People Talking Sports coming up next. Gian Villante. We're back on People Talking Sports, joined by Gian Villante.
Yeah. What's up?
Thanks for coming, man.
How you doing?
I couldn't shake your hand because it's broken.
Yeah, I didn't really think about it in the fight, but, punch a hard subject, hard enough object a lot of times it's going to hurt.
You broke it on someone's head.
Yeah. Hard head, too, yeah.
You were so much more of a man than I am that it's kind of
You got guns, bro.
I have guns?
Yeah.
No one's ever told me that, not ironically, so I appreciate it.
It was a little ironic.
So you recently fought in Nassau. That's home.
Yeah.
Was that amazing?
Long Island's finest. It was cool, man. I've really never been cheered in a fight, so that was always that was pretty cool, I guess. But
a lot of hometown people came out to support.
Yeah, a lot of friends, family, and people I haven't seen in a long time. Hitting me up for tickets. But
is it weird to have people come out of the woodwork and see that you're this fighter now? Is anyone surprised?
I don't think I think people knew I was always a good athlete. I grew up a good athlete and stuff like that. I was good sports in high school and stuff like that. So my mom don't like it.
What does she say?
Oh, she hates. My name is Gian Piero. My real name is Gian Piero Villante. So you can't get more attached. I'm the Italian son. It's like I'm a mama's boy, man. So she still does my laundry. It's like it's bad. So. She hates it, so.
When people say, violence doesn't solve anything, does that ever annoy you because you're really good at violence?
I wish it did solve more life. It would mean it'd be the top 5% of the world, right? Or 2% of the world. I could beat up most people, right?
Yeah.
So I'd be pretty good, yeah. I'd be yeah, that'd be cool. I can solve any problem by punching them. I could buy this house by beating up the owner. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah.
It would simplify a lot of things.
For me, yeah. For you, you might be in trouble.
For me, I've really worked on words.
I've been stabbed 3 times.
3 times?
Yeah.
How were you stabbed?
Occasions.
3 different occasions.
Yeah. So just stupid things.
And what happened?
One time I got a nice razor blade across the back. That was 80 staples. That was a good one.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I've had a bottle stuck in my back. Been hit, I get myself in dumb situations. Oh, I could fight 10 dudes. Stupid things. But this is, way before fighting.
How did the 80 staples happen?
That was okay.
That would be my one fight story, but that's one of your many.
So this is this monster dude on my team. He's huge. They couldn't test him for steroids. He was huge. He was 400 pounds, jacked out of his mind. And he's talking to some girl outside the bar. And I go walk over, and I'm just finished walking a girl to her car. So I walk around the bar, and I'm by myself, and I see him surrounded by these 3 dudes. And they're talking, blah, 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 and they're getting loud with them. And I walk over, I'm like, oh, Nothing's gonna happen here, guys. Don't worry about it, right? And I'm like, all right, go back inside. And the guy's like pushes me, whatever. So I put the one dude in like a sleeper hold, all right? And I'm like, all right, you're gonna chill out, or I'm gonna beat up you and all your friends, whatever. And he's like, no, you know, going nuts, whatever. So I put him to sleep, and I'm waiting for him to go to sleep before I could fight the other two dudes that are like on my back. And I feel like I'm just thinking he scratched me or something. And then I turn around, the other dudes are running. I'm like, I guess, you know, pretty tough. You know, the other guys are running. They leave his friend here like dead, you know, like, so I think I'm good. And they're running down the block, and then my buddy's like, oh, thank you so much. And he passed me in the back. He's like, oh, your shirt's split. He looks, I'm like filleted. Like I had a nice, you can't really feel a razor blade. It's so sharp. The best part is this doctor stapled me up. 2 years later, I got stabbed in the shoulder with a bottle. And he's like, are you kidding me? I did this on your back, right? And he's like, well, you did something wrong with you. Yeah. That was a pretty funny one. All right,
yeah,
but I don't do that stuff no more. I just, yeah.
You know, is that something you have to be worried about, like drinking? Are you?
No, well, if I did, I mean, yo, you want to hear a funny one?
Yeah,
All right,
definitely.
So they had this big athlete summit, right, in Las Vegas for all the UFC athletes, right? And this is like 8 weeks before my fight. So I don't drink 8 weeks before my fight. It's when I stop. But I'm like, I'm in Vegas. I'm going all out right now. This is the end of my drinking for a while. So I went absolutely, I mean, I had my shirt, I was flashing Snoop Dogg, like, had my shirt, it was, and so I'm like there, and my opponent's there, and of course I'm gonna make jokes, I'm trying to give him tequila, and he wants nothing to do. He's drinking water the whole time. I'm like, oh wow, you're gonna beat me up now because you're drinking water, and I'm like making fun of him. I'm like, but I don't care. I mean,
what was Snoop Dogg saying to this?
Snoop Dogg, I tried charging the stage, like you never see what's that? Old School, yeah. I'm like, we're going straight, and I wanted to do that so bad. I had the shirt off, pants are ready to come off, and he had some monster security guards, and like, I'm a pretty big dude, but I'm like, I'm not getting through them. And like UFC security is like, John, please, like, and tell me, they know me by now, like, and they're on good terms with me. That they have to, like, talk me out of things.
Is there a switch that goes off in your head? I mean, you're very nice and normal right now.
Yeah, that's the problem I think I have with the whole fighting thing is I'm pretty normal, chill dude, and then I get in there and I'm still normal and chill, but it's just the guy's trying to kill me, so I gotta like change my mindset a little bit. But I'm like, for me, I've never hated anyone I'm gonna fight. I always kind of like the person I'm fighting, so it's kind of difficult. And like if you've ever seen like a Robbie Lawler or something like that, who's a buddy of mine, and he absolutely hates everyone he's gonna fight, and he wants to like murder them, like, and he's a nut. And I look at him, and he's a guy I look up to, and I'm like, man, I wish I could be like that, but like, I'm laughing, like, you know, you do the whole weigh-in, like, staring thing, and when another guy's staring me in the eyes, it's like either I laugh or like, I'm not gonna kiss you, so like it gets all weird. So
I would like to see someone kiss the opponent just once.
My buddy did that. You're gonna meet him, Chris Weidman. He kissed Anderson Silva, and they like both were staring each other down. So like, I'm gonna kill you, and they keep getting closer and closer, and then eventually their lips are touching, and it was pretty awesome.
That'd be great if they just went on a full-on makeout.
No, I don't know how great that would be.
She's like, what the hell is this? Well, it's been so much fun sitting down with you, man.
Yeah, man.
Thanks so much for joining us. You'll stick around and join us for panel?
I'm in. Let's do it.
More with Gian Villante coming up right after this. People Talking Sports. We're back on People Talking Sports. What a panel we have. Last week he broke his hand in a fight, and last week I broke wind before a flight. We're doing fart jokes now. Gian Villante. Anthony DeVito, he's been on every show, so we're out of jokes. You get no joke. He's tall, he's lanky, he's a Jew. I feel like I'm introducing myself. Dave Smith.
Nice.
Woo! You said you'd laugh again at that, and you didn't. This is our second take. It's not fun to retell jokes. Anyway. This story, first off, Steph Curry, Kyrie, this is punches thrown, shots fired. Steph Curry was spotted at Harrison Barnes' wedding mocking how LeBron James works out. It gets worse. Kyrie Irving was spotted laughing at the video.
I can't believe Kyrie was at a wedding. Doesn't seem like a fan of commitment. Take that.
To me, it's strange. You're turning down a path to the finals every year. They're not going to be beaten in the East.
No.
And if they... barring an injury or maybe another piece, they could win it all again.
Yes, but how does this help the Knicks? It only helps us if he leaves and comes to New York, and we play him off the ball like they did with Iverson, because that's how he should be played.
Sure.
And then maybe, you know, the Knicks get a chance. Knicks are getting Kyrie Irving. You heard it here first.
Dave knows.
Steph Curry, too, I heard, right?
Steph Curry.
I think if we get both of them, we got a shot.
Yeah.
It's mean-spirited in a way with like Steph Curry dancing because like you know how hard he practiced that. You know, it's not like a fly-by-night thing. Like you saw him like warm up before games. Like he was in the mirror like days before working on that. That's the part to me that it's like I don't know about that, man.
Steph Curry and LeBron James are two. They're like the great contrast between them. Like LeBron James is the guy who's supposed to be LeBron James. Like if you just saw LeBron James walking down the street, you'd be like, "So are you a dominant athlete? Like what do you do?" And then Steph Curry is like, "You don't even look like you could make your high school team." And he's just in the NBA with his mouthpiece hanging out all the time.
Totally.
Like it's amazing.
He played at Davidson.
Right.
I didn't even think they had a basketball team before him.
He played on a team that just sounds Jewish.
Oh my God.
This guy cannot stay out of the news. Chris Christie can't catch a break. A Cubs fan at the game leans in, goes after Chris Christie. He gets right in his face. Why is this guy going after Chris Christie? He's got nachos. You know he wants to eat the nachos. Let him emotionally eat. He's had a tough few weeks. Let him have the nachos.
That guy missed a golden opportunity to curse out the governor. Like he got right in his face and the guy froze up. He's the governor. He can't hit you. Say whatever you want to say. And if he does hit you, you're gonna get a fat lawsuit out of that.
Oh my God.
The guy only yelled, "You suck," at him. Like, that's got to be the nicest thing anyone has said to Chris Christie in a month. He should have been like, "Thank you, sir," you know.
I wish you would just talk trash to Christie, because what would he do, really?
I mean, I don't know. He's kind of low center of gravity and stuff like that.
God, you're such a positive guy. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. I wouldn't mess with him, man. I don't know.
You wouldn't mess with Chris Christie?
You never
You called Kyrie Irving a cow.
Didn't he shut down like a whole bridge or something like that?
He did, but he didn't do it with himself. He used him to do that.
I feel like he stood in the middle of the road and was like, nobody wanted to go.
No one ever heard the other side of the story. Chris Christie was just trying to cross the street, guys. He was just,
This new Giants offensive lineman eating kosher snacks. This is a big New York Post story. Look, I'm the perfect person for this story. I'm a New York Jew. I complain a lot. I'm in therapy. I'm the type of person that if you don't like Jewish people, I'm not the one that's going to turn things around for you. You know, I hit the right stereotypes. I mean, this is just a fun, feel-good story. They had an actual piece from the article with the Giants rookie chronicled for the Post his Jewish roots and showed off the tattoo inside his left arm, inscribed in Hebrew that translates "I am that I am," a verse from Exodus 3:14. His other tattoo said, "My allergies are flaring up," and another that says "worst soup ever." So he's hitting the right bases.
What advice would you give a young French teenager moving here to New York City?
Get ready.
Brush up on your English and drink lots of beer.
Stay strong, be humble on the court, and play hard. Learn the city. Don't listen to the hype. Get a subway map.
A roller coaster ride coming over here.
And avoid the street meat. I got a little bit of a tummy ache here.
Live near where you work, but don't live in Penn Station.
Perfect advice.
Don't get on the S.
You don't like the shuttle? Plenty of people are living in Penn Station.
Stay away from the women in New York.
Sam Morril's been staying away from the women in New York for years. They hate him.
That's Joe List and some clearly very bitter man. I don't know who that was. Stay away from the women in New York. We have you here, so this is a perfect story to talk about. John Jones calls out Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar bites back. Lesnar said, "I will fight him any place, anywhere." But really, it's always nighttime in an octagon. Let's face it. It's never like Tuesday afternoon, Bank of America. Let's go. I mean, are you excited for this?
Yeah. As a fan, I want to see it, so why not make those fights? And people, you know, are so, you know, going by the rankings and they should fight down the list. Nah, make the fun fights. And Brock Lesnar is a fun fight, man. Jones will absolutely kill him, but who doesn't, you know, want to see this monster who's got a big dagger on his chest? It'd be a fun fight to watch. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that is a regrettable tattoo, but it is.
Yeah, it does.
It's not too sharp.
Hey, Brock,
It's not too
ugly
sharp
tat.
at the top.
Yeah.
So it makes it look weird.
He's talking to the tattoo designer, and he's like, "Yeah, I'll take a big dagger on my back to go. I don't think that's a good idea." He goes, "I'll take a dagger on my back." All right, bro. All right, man, we're doing it then. In that case, I guess
It's like a dull knife too, though. It's like rounded at the top, which makes it look even weirder. So, yeah, it's weird.
The call out also to me, it's like, yeah, UFC is definitely the toughest sport by far. Like quarterbacks win the Super Bowl, they go to Disneyland. UFC fighters immediately call out they fight right away.
I hate that.
like,
Honestly, they ask you after you win in the cage, like, "Cool, who do you want to?" I want to go go eat a cheeseburger. Like,
I've been starving myself for a week, and I just fought in a cage. Can I have a minute?
it's the worst thing ever. I don't want to talk about that at all right now. I just want to go eat something and drink a beer. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
Someone have a beer on my walk back to the locker room.
That's the moment of your life that I can most relate to.
You're talking to comics. We all have alcohol abuse problems, and things are not going well for us.
I like to, with John Jones, he phrased it by going, if you ever want to get beat up by someone who weighs 40 pounds less than you, I love that idea of using a weakness as like a bargaining chip. So, you know, like I'm going to use that with women. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just like, yeah, Giselle, you ever want to know what it's like to be with a guy that's got 3 roommates? Meet me in Queens.
Jones also just, like, there's not as if there's a guy who he should be fighting next. Daniel Cormier beat everybody, and then he just stopped that guy. So it's kind of like to move up to a heavyweight, fight a guy who took 2 years off and then beat a guy in the top 10. It's a pretty interesting fight. And hopefully USADA doesn't do any testing.
Exactly.
Lesnar is, when was the last time he tested positive for steroids?
Last time he fought.
We got another great story. The Bucks-Lions player, a Bucks and a Lion are both sued at a nightclub. The offensive lineman Caleb Beninock and Detroit Lion defensive tackle Sean Robinson are being sued for $9,332. According to court documents filed in Los Angeles, the two players were guests of Richard James Harrington at the Hyde nightclub in Hollywood. He said that when it came to players playing the tab, their credit cards were declined. Harrington agreed to pay the bill under the condition that both players would Venmo him. They paid him for $4,000. I like that they just were like, we'll give you $4,000. We feel like that's fair. And when reached for comment, Beninock said, look, this is all I'm going to say about it. I'm focused on football. Wow. That's a great, I'm going to do that at the bodega. He's like, that's $8 for the sandwich. I'm like, look, I got an MSG show. I'm focused on the show right now. I'm not going to pay for that. So it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, they answered, they said, we did our part. You did a part. There's like a whole other part you need to do. Also, too, like, I'd love it if this, like, that mindset translates over to, the football field. Their coach is like, yeah, I need you to give 100%. He's like, yeah, but I'm doing 50. So what?
My buddy's been complaining for, 3 weeks now to Venmo him $11 for a movie ticket.
Coming up after this, more with our panel, and Liz Gonzalez gives us the list. And we're back with Liz Gonzalez and the list.
That's right. So Kyrie Irving and LeBron are having this big battle between one another. So I wanted to get in on the subject. So in today's list, we're talking biggest beefs. And we're going to kick it off with the biggest NBA beef of all time, Kobe and Shaquille O'Neal. So the Lakers had it all, but they wouldn't have it all for too long because they just couldn't get along. Shaq wanted the offense centered on him. Kobe thought Shaq was lazy, so he gave the Lakers an ultimatum. And of course, the Lakers selected Kobe. They would go on to win 2 rings together, but I feel like either way, they deprived us of so many years of good basketball together.
Well, I mean, yeah, it is a bummer because Shaq and Kobe were just unstoppable. I still remember that epic alley-oop. You know, Shaq to Kobe on the Trailblazers, Game 7.
Yeah. Comeback in the 4th quarter, too. They were. It's amazing, too. Shaq was, at the time, if you can remember, the most dominant player in the league by far. By far. And he had come off 3 championships in a row, and still his organization chose the other. Now, get it, it was a young Kobe Bryant, so I get it. But he went to Miami and was unbelievable for them. It was like, I'd never seen anything in sports like that, where someone was so at the top, and their organization still went, oh, well, part ways.
How many more championships do you think they would have realistically won together if they would have stuck around another 5 or 6
Probably
years?
2.
At least 2 or 3. I mean, that year that he went and played with Dwayne Wade, I don't see how LA doesn't win that.
Where did he go? He went right to Miami, right from there?
Yeah, and then they won.
So this one I actually remember from my childhood. Tonya Harding versus Nancy Kerrigan. The girl from the wrong side of the tracks against the elegant princess. So Nancy Kerrigan goes to leave a practice, and this is just a few weeks before the Olympics. Somebody hits her in the knees and takes her out. And we would later find out that person was actually hired by Tonya Harding's ex-husband. Now, she says that she had absolutely nothing to do with it, but the skating world would completely disagree, and this kind of ended her career. But I think it was just a matter of miscommunication. She probably just told her husband she should go out there and break a leg, and her husband was like, yeah, all right.
Yeah, you know what? I like Tonya. I'm on Team Tonya. You know, she went for it. And
have you seen Tonya nowadays?
She looks good.
Get out of here. No way. It's tough, man. I don't know about
But this is when figure skating was at its best, when it had a pro wrestling element, you know?
Yeah, all right.
When are you watching, when are you watching figure skating?
Try to take a second and ask yourself an important philosophical question. Do you know what it takes to get me interested in female figure skating? And the answer is knee bashing, evidently. And then I'm in.
Yeah.
If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
No, I think that's a good point, man. If there were more high crimes in curling, I'd watch every week.
And last but not least, the People versus Roger Goodell. NFL fans hate Roger Goodell. They take any opportunity to boo him at the draft while he's presenting the Lombardi Trophy. They think that, frankly, he doesn't care about the players at all, that he's not strong enough on domestic violence, that he's too strong on drug policies. And really, at the end of the day, the only thing we really know, we can sit here and discuss both of these terms, the only thing we really know is that Roger Goodell doesn't care if you don't like him, because at the end of the day, on Sunday, you're going to be watching, and he's still going to be making $34 million a year.
I do like that he was hard on Tom Brady. So I'll give anyone who goes at Tom Brady hard, I'll give a little bit of credit to. No, it's not fair, okay? Tom Brady.
That he's so great?
Yes, he's great, and he cheats, and he's good looking. You shouldn't get all of those. If you have a great arm, you're supposed to look like Eli Manning. That's the way, that's the balance of the universe.
He was the underdog, though. It wasn't like Tom Brady had this easy ride throughout high school and college and just breezed into the NFL. He had a really hard life.
He was the underdog.
But his NFL trip is literally just like one of the best quarterbacks in the league getting hurt and being like, hey, do you want to try it once?
Yeah, now, but he worked for it.
You know who's an underdog? The entire Jets roster. That's who's an underdog,
That's
okay?
true. Hey, I used to work for the Jets. I like the Jets.
He was an underdog, but now he's not. And now Goodell will just find any reason to suspend him. Like the deflated football, it's like, come on.
He was cheating. But they were stealing our plays.
That was something. That was Belichick. But
that was Belichick. But the whole ball thing, I mean, like, people don't talk. Aaron Rodgers likes his balls overinflated. Nobody cares about that.
Can I not make a joke about that? Do I have to leave that on the table? I'm a professional comedian, and I tell you I have to leave that on the table. Okay, fine, whatever.
Thank you, Liz Gonzalez, for the list. Dave Smith, Gian Villante. Dave Smith's special comes out September 11th. Let me see what you did there. Libertas. Very exciting. Great comic, Dave Smith. Thank you for coming through, both of you guys. Thank you, Liz Gonzalez. People Talking Sports. Keep telling your friends. This show's going places, baby.
Thanks, Sean.
Thanks, guys. That was a lot of fun, man. Thanks for having us.
You guys.